This is Cassie Harriet. I work at the Punta Gorda Charlotte Library, which is part of the Charlotte County Libraries and History Division. And we're here to see some new ways to decorate your pumpkin.
I'm Melanie from the Punta Gorda Charlotte Library, and we thought that it would be a good idea to do this because carving jack-o'-lanterns can get boring sometimes.
That's right, and sometimes we don't want to deal with the mess, and sometimes this can be a little less messy, not all the time, you'll see. My name is Hannah. I work at the Mid-County Regional Library.
Hi, my name is Sylvia. I work for Mid-County Regional Library.
All right, so all of us have multiple pumpkins here that we've created. We're gonna go around now and just show you one that we made earlier that we didn't really feel like you had to see step by step. So we'll just explain it briefly, and then after that, we'll go through one by one and teach you how to make one.
My first pumpkin is going to be this lovely Boo pumpkin, which I took book pages and ripped them up and decoupaged on, and then I hand painted on the word Boo. It is also painted with glow-in-the-dark paint. And then right over here, just to go with the reading book theme, in invisible glow-in-the-dark paint, I have a K, so that at night it reads book instead of just Boo. I just used Mod Podge to stick the pages on and let it dry for a long time, and then just use paint pens. It was a lot of fun. It may be my favorite.
That is pretty.
This is a pumpkin that Miss Kathy taught me how to make. She made this one, but I made one of my own. It is using paint pens and some shiny gems to make it stand out. Mm-hmm. And I just thought it was so cool how she did patterns because pumpkins repeat. So I thought it was really cool.
It was very therapeutic.
Oh, my pumpkin is special.
I love this pumpkin.
That is my hedgehog. And I took candy corns and I just put it on half of the pumpkin, and I try to glue them on with the glue gun. But when you do that, you gotta have an adult to help you out with the glue gun because it gets really hot. Mommy can help you out. All you have to do is put a little bit of glue underneath the candy corn and just hold it right in place for about 3 seconds before you let go, okay, so they won't slide off. And that's my hedgehog.
That's really cute.
Yes, I think you could probably make a lot of different animals.
Yeah, anything you want to make,
animal.
a cat, whatever.
That's really cute.
You get the different colored candy corns too.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
right. So that is one that you wouldn't necessarily want to keep outside because it does have real candy on it. So you don't want to have an ant problem. But it is on a fake pumpkin, right?
It is on a fake
I think
pumpkin.
all of us have used fake pumpkins.
Yeah.
So I personally went to Walmart and bought foam pumpkins. I think they were like $5.99 each. I'm sure you can find them on Amazon or wherever.
That's where I got that bag.
So here's the one that I've made for the sample. We call it the bling bling pumpkin. So I think we got the strings.
Looks like Cinderella's pumpkin.
Cinderella's pumpkin. We got the string sequence, so it comes all already strung together, and it was only like $2 on a roll at Walmart. And then we got the gems. I think they do make them with adhesive on them, but ours are just plain, and I just used hot glue to attach all of this stuff. So I maybe could have gone with pencil first and traced out, but I didn't. I just winged it. So
It's beautiful.
if you mess up, I discovered it's easy to peel off and readjust. So that was a good one.
Very good.
All right, so now we're going to split up and we're going to teach you how to make another type of pumpkin one at a time. So we will be right back.
Hello, it's Kathy again, and I am going to show you how to paint pour on a pumpkin. I purchased this lovely kit from Amazon. It's a paint pouring kit with metallics. And what you do is you take the metallic acrylic paint and mix it with a pouring medium. And that makes it loose enough to pour. You mix 3 to 5 colors together and then you layer them in a cup like that. You can see right there that there's all kinds of paint in there. This is one that I've done previously that is dry and very shiny. Blue really isn't a Halloween-y color, but I like it. So I have a tinfoil pan, a pumpkin, and I have this riser that I got at the Dollar Tree, just so that you could see it. I'm gonna take my paint and I am going to pour it. Blurb. And it's gonna make all these funky colors and lines and a mess. I love doing this on canvases too. I go through a lot of paint. And then basically you just let it dry. It will take 3 to 4 days to dry. And as it's drying, you will notice that because I added some oil to the paint, that you will get these cells. Like you can see one developing right here, and there's some over on the side here, and they will keep widening and start showing the paint that's underneath. I have 5 paint colors in here: metallic purple, black, bright orange, kind of a mustardy yellow, and silver. I believe that's everything. And it will just settle down and make this big mess in the bottom of the pan and dry. And then you can actually take it and spray it with glow in the dark. You can add words to it. You can pretty much do anything. You can put gems. I wouldn't put candy corn only because I eat them. So I try not to keep them at the house. But that is one way you can decorate a pumpkin that's not just a cut and have all the guts of the pumpkin all over the place, unless you want to make pie. All right, thank you, and we'll get that picture up on the website too so that you can see what it looks like. Enjoy.
Hi everyone. Well, since this pumpkin took me a very long time to do, I went with a simple one to do that you can do at home. When you buy your little fake pumpkin, you can take this off because he is going to be my little pirate. If you don't have a nice hat like this, they're really cheap, you can make your own. Look at this one, out of paper. So let's put our pirate together. Pirates have patches. So I had this patch, and I'm gonna put it over the pumpkin. If I can get it over there. Oop! Sometimes it pops off. Okay, here we go. Now, oops. Okay. And then he needs an eye. Here's his eye. So I put a little bit of hot glue on it. And remember, don't use the hot glue by yourself. And there's his eye. Now you know that pirates have scarves too. So I figured I'll put a little scarf underneath him for when I put him outside. And then, of course, he's got to have his hat. and jewelry, because pirates love jewels. And that's my little pumpkin. Thank you. See how easy that was?
Okay, hey everyone. So I am going to attempt to do like a sugar candy skull, Dia de los Muertos kind of vibe, right? With this 3D puffy paint. And I have 5 different colors here that I'm using. So I looked something up on Pinterest and just tried to freehand trace it onto my pumpkin already, just to kind of help me go a little bit faster with the paint. And now I'm just gonna see how it looks on there. So I'm just gonna trace my own lines here. I'm really excited to see this glow in the dark. My hand's a little shaky. But I did discover you can erase the pencil marks, so if I mess anything up and like don't draw on the actual line I put on there, I can erase it. Okay, so these on the top are meant to be flowers. Like a little flower crown. And I think what's going to be challenging here in a few minutes is not messing up anything that's wet, any of the wet paint, because I could see myself sticking my finger in something that I just painted. But I'm going to be very careful. My pumpkin, which, as I said earlier, I got at Walmart, I didn't look at them very carefully, and it's got a few dents in it, so the paint is going to help cover that up. Okay, flower crown is done. So let's see if I can do some eyes. It'd be nice to have some kind of a stand or something, but I also saw some other variations of this I saw one that was like an owl. It was really cool looking. So I don't think you would have to do the sugar skull if you don't want to. You could do anything. Whoop. So I'm just going to do the front side. and try to do a lot of little dots and swirls. So far so good. I haven't touched the paint yet. Sometimes it comes out a little fast. Okay, this is what we got so far. Do just a little bit more on the bottom. Hopefully I'm still going to be able to set this down. Maybe a few more dots. There we go. Good luck.
All right, I am Miss Melanie from the Punta Gorda Charlotte Library, and today I'm going to show you how to make this pumpkin right here. And what I used the Cricut to print out the Happy Halloween with the little bats, and then I just dotted some paint on it. So I'm going to show you how to do that on your own pumpkin. So I have this pumpkin, I got it from Michael's. It is a carvable pumpkin. So it's hollow on the inside and it's tougher plastic, so if you wanted to, you can carve it. So I printed out something on the Cricut, and I'm going to show you how to weed it to get the design out. So the first thing you do is pull the sticker, and if you don't have a Cricut machine, you can find a saying that you like online and just cut it out with some scissors or an X-Acto knife if you used some cardstock. So that's the design. I'm going to take out the details with the weeder, if it will work. So once you have all of your sticker ready, it'll be separated. So this one says Bootiful. So what you do now to put on your pumpkin is you're going to take some tape and you're going to cover your whole design in tape so you can transfer it to your other pumpkin. So you want to make sure that you get the entire thing in the tape so that when you transfer it, the whole thing will be stuck together. So it's going to look like that with the tape on it. So now you're going to want to, if you have a Cricut and you have one of these tools, you're going to want to make it stick really good. If you don't, you can use a pencil or even just your fingers to rub it down really good. So now you're going to peel the back off from the rest of it. Okay, finally. All right. So when you peel all of the paper off, you'll be stuck with just the vinyl and it'll be sticky on the back. So what you're going to do now is you're going to take your pumpkin and you're going to stick all of the tape onto it. So you want the design to not be folded, so you're just going to go with your finger and you're going to push it all down. So if you're cutting out a design with paper, you would use a glue stick to make it all stick down really good. And what you can do is if it sticks, it's repositionable. So I'm going to start peeling it off. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to put my ghost in a different spot. There we go. So now I have the design on just the way I want it. And we're going to put some paint on it next. So that's the next step. I'll do some orange and some black for mine. So I'm just going to put some orange paint down. And then you just take your brush and you dip in whatever color you want and you go right on top of the design. And I'm going to just mix it up because I want it to look like they're both there together. And you can do this with whatever colors you want in whatever order. So I'm gonna let that dry, and when it dries, I'll peel it off. So now we're gonna peel the sticker off of our pumpkin. I let mine dry for about 24 hours just because I didn't wanna mess up the paint when I peeled it off. So let's go ahead. So once you've pulled all of the sticker off of your pumpkin, it will look something like this. So if you noticed, when I dotted the paint on, some of it got underneath the sticker. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take some white paint, because that's the color of my pumpkin, and I'm just gonna go around the edges and fill in the parts that flooded. So I have some white paint and a paintbrush, and I'm just going to dab it on and go in and touch up the spots. So there you go. I touched up all of the spots with the white paint. If you have paint pens, you can also use those. They might be a little bit more exact with the paint pens. If you have a black or orange pumpkin, you can do the same thing. With the black one, you can use Sharpie, and that will make it more exact when you're doing your filling. So if you don't have a Cricut machine, like I said earlier, for this pumpkin, I cut out the words "trick or treat yourself" from an image I found on Google. I cut them out, and then I traced them with pencil on my black pumpkin, because if you look, pencil shows up on this black pumpkin. So I drew with pencil, and then I filled it in with glow-in-the-dark puffy paint. So when this is dark, the "trick or treat yourself" will glow. And there you go. Have fun.